All right, so everybody knows about Keith Lee's debut that happened Wednesday, and I'm watching it just today on Saturday, and I got to see his debut because I wasn't going to watch AEW, and then I saw on Conan's Keeping It 100, I saw the title, did AEW botch Keith Lee's debut? And I was like, oh, now I got to watch it, and I don't want to listen to this because I don't want to put anything in my own head. So I decided to take a look, see, and so I'm going to watch AEW in general. So hyper focusing on this when my squeaky chair. In any case, Cassidy comes out, and I'm like, okay, because I wasn't knowing this was gonna be his debut or anything. And then the screens get this epic visual going, and the crowd is a little murmuring, and some of the crowd in the back, they come up first. And then the music hits. Some of the mid crowd come up. And then when Keith Lee walk out, everyone erupts. And I was like, oh, snap. So I'll come up a little bit. I'm excited. Okay, it's Keith Lee. He's out here. I'd seen him in about 3 other promotions, and they talked about 11 titles and 12 titles in 10 or 11 promotions or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah. He was smaller. No, he actually, when I first saw him, he was bigger than this. He and Shane Taylor were huge. And then he's come down, and I watched him like in one match in WWE, and I wasn't happy about that. And now he's come back up, and when I talk about coming down, I'm talking about his weight. But he's still him, so that's cool. That's cool. He comes down, he looks good. His charisma just pours off of him. You can't underutilize that. And so then, he gets to the ring, he gets in, it's a Adam Cole-like intro, just better without a boom. And his stature is epic. He just stands there basking in it. That's all I could think. And I was like, basking. There's something about him that I loved about basking. And it won't just Boondock Thug, and it was like bask in it. No, it was. And then the crowd, after a little bit, bask in his glory. And I was like, yep. And I'm there. Because Keith Lee is one of them wrestlers I didn't want to watch because I enjoyed his size and agility, and the fact that even all those years ago it was bask in my glory. Loved that. So I'm glad that he's using that. And not going through the match little by little, no, but Cassidy, he comes in and he jaw jacks Lee. Lee pushes him back to the corner and gives him the highest high angle hip toss I have ever seen in my life. And that was just epic. So I'm like, okay, you didn't have to. They didn't have to prove his power to me. I already knew. Lee and Cassidy, they fought. They did a thing, and Lee was able to show his power and whatnot, which is good. He's also able to show that as a big dude, I can be extremely quick. That's what he was showing. And he was also showing that he basks in his own glory. That's awesome. I think that's a great thing. He just pours charisma. There was a point where Lee hit this, he did I love the fact he, leapfrog, a high speed drop down that he used his own momentum to get back up. Okay. A nice slam. And then when he rolls off Cassidy just stuck to him. That was funny. Cassidy starts getting his little come back, with drop kicks and whatnot, and then when he get for a Gamagiri, Keith Lee forearm shot his shin and hurt his leg. Not legit, but so that was good. That was good to show. Keith Lee, he showed that he's a thinking wrestler. I like that. You can see it on his face, like he's thinking. He's working his way through this. Lee, I think they put the match too long. I don't like that Cassie was able to get all as much offense as he did get, and I don't like. I can't remember his partner's name, but Private Party. His partner, I can't remember his name. I don't even think about this shit. I really don't. I told you I listen to AEW, but I can't be invested in them. I used to know their names, but I just can't be invested like that. I'll invest my time and memory into memorable people. And so if y'all mad about that, y'all have to be mad because I cannot, and I'm not gonna try to. There you go, Mark Quinn. Don't even care. I will forget in about an hour. But Mark Quinn starts in on Keith Lee and trying to hold him back and fight him, and it's so Lee has to fight those two, and it starts to make him look bad because Isaiah gets too much offense. So eventually Lee gets back into the ring. And ultimately, he gets the fireman's carry into the over-the-shoulder power slam. And that's a good move. That's awesome. It fits him. And everyone's loving it, but it went too long, I think. And the referee is he doesn't exist in this match. He's there if you pay attention that there's a black and white stripe moving across your screen, but other than that, he's not really checking on anyone. Are you all right? Can you continue? He's not telling Lee, hey, calm the power down. Don't kill him. I've heard stuff like that back in the day. Like, don't kill him. He's like, I'm sorry. I've seen that stuff back in the day. It works. And so Lee gets the win, and then Private Party got to start in on him. And I'm like, how is Isaiah Cassidy fighting this guy after he just got power slammed to the point where he couldn't even get up in 3 seconds? But now he can just get up and drop kick and all this other stuff. And then going outside the ring, Cassidy gets a body splash and then I guess dropped on the floor. I didn't see what happened to him, but he's slowly getting up while Mark Quinn does a leap over the top and gets caught by Lee, who power bombs him on Cassidy and then power bombs him not letting go. And he protected Cassidy with that power bomb and Quinn, and then power bombs Quinn on the edge of the apron. And he did it more or less safe. He made sure that Quinn's back was extremely flat on that, because that's the hardest part of the ring. It's flat, it's flush, and so you're gonna take a bump. It's got to be flat, so even distribution of weight, and so that's less damage. Damage nonetheless, but less damage. I'm talking about real life. I ain't talking about a work thing. So, okay, bask in his glory. Keith Lee wins his debut. But his debut, it should have been a shorter match. He should have gone in after the Beal. He should have done something else. Cassidy should have evaded, gone with a few drop kicks, get swatted down like he did, roll away, try something else flying at him. Lee, does, and look, this part, okay, I'll bring it up. When they was coming off the ropes doing the dashing spot, Lee hit a shoulder block, stunned, and I think he's kind of hurt Cassidy a little bit on the shoulder. His shoulder just got all messed up, like the chicken wing out of a Chinese restaurant, that little messed up chicken wing. That's about how his arm was. And, I thought that was funny. But, okay, so that's all good. Lee won, okay. he defeated Private Party. Matt Hardy took a powder like, you know what? I know how this is. I know how this match is going to go. I got nothing to do with it. And I'm out of here. He just bailed. He didn't go up the damn ramp. He just went through the crowd. So, how I would use him. That's the HIWUH. How I would use him. I would shorten these matches a little bit. I would tell him he needs to trim down. My initial thought was 30 pounds. Cedra, when we was watching, she just said 30. And I'm like, okay, 30, trim up the middle a bit. And honestly, trimming down would actually increase his power, as crazy as that is. There's a point of trimming down where it increases your power, and then it gets to the point where it just takes away when you go too low. And so having this bulk, his matches can't go but so long. He's going to have to brutally increase his cardio. And when I see Keith Lee, I see champion. I just see champion. I see maxed out charisma. I see great in-ring work. I see a bit of smoothness in areas, glitchiness in others, but still powerful worker. I can still see that. And I believe what he's doing in the ring. That's important. You got to believe what they do. So how I would use them? Short matches, beating the hell out of all the scrubs in the company, the high talent that won't go any higher, like Private Party singles, they're not going to be a world champion. So, just beat them down a bit, people like that. Trent, Rocky, and people like that, just get them wins, 3 and 4 minute top matches. That's about it. Do that and make sure his cardio stays high. His power stays all right. He doesn't trim down, but so far. Now, if he wants to trim all the way down and keep the power, that's damn easily possible, but that's his choice. And I would make sure that he gets a lot of wins. I would not put him on Dark or Elevation. I wouldn't do that. I would have him win. I would give him a month on TV. After a month on TV, then take a week off TV. That's when you put him on Dark or Elevation or something like that in the main event. And then maybe give it 2 weeks of that and then put him back on TV for 2 more weeks. You want the people to miss him on TV, but you want to keep him there, keep him going. You don't want any quote unquote ring rust. Keep him moving, keep him going for about a year. And if you can get the world title on a really good heel or neutral character or wrestler or performer or whatever you want to call him, I'm not calling him a superstar. I think that's so weird and weak. But after that, then you have him vie for that world title. And once he wins, he has to defend it every single month. He wrestles on the 2nd week, defends it on the 4th week. That's what you do. Have them have 1 to 2 minute matches on Dark or Elevation, real quick against jobbers or whatnot, mid-carding it, because the match is going to be short, or even opening, just to set a pace. That's what I would do. And then after winning that world title, you're going to have to defend it, yeah, and let them have it for about 6 months. People get bored quick. So after about 3 months, they're all going to be thinking title change, yada, yada. No, let them keep it for half a year and see how that run go. And if the run is looking bad and he's not really happy with it, okay, take it off of him earlier. But that's how I would use him. I would use him as a big, strong guy who puts away people fast. And title matches, the longest match he needs to have is 25 minutes, no more. No less than 9 minutes. You're going to have him on TV, I would say Keith Lee should have a title if he defends it on TV because it's outside of a pay-per-view or on demand or whichever it's going to be. But outside of that, his title match should go no more than, I'd say, 12 minutes, no more. And if it's going to be, you know, at a major event, then yeah, 25 minutes tops. And if his cardio is up there and the program is good enough, then okay, you can look at a much longer title match. That's how I would use him. Don't take him off. This guy pours charisma. Don't lessen that. It just flows off of him. You know, in all honesty, this guy could be the next Rock. You know, he's already mega popular. He's already got the tools. He already knows what he has to do in that ring. He just needs a little bit of guidance and for the company to take care of him. Let him do him, and on promos, he don't need to talk much. And he don't have to say much. He really don't on promos. If someone's got beef and they talking trash, and you show Lee and you know with his hoodie on, he just look at the camera, he gives a gruesome look and walk off. You can tell by that alone, it's gonna be bad. A serious look and a subtle grunt goes a long way. And people need to remember that. At the same time, you know, if he's gonna talk, he doesn't need to use his gentle voice. I know why WWE did that. I understand. And it's the same reason why Nyla Rose is as weak as she is in the EW. I get it. But for this, and he needs to come out with his, you know, booming voice. If he's got anything to ever say, make it short, make it sweet. You know, he can have, if he got to have some kind of tagline, make it go with his promotional gimmick or something. Just have it go with, you know, this match won't be, but the pain will be limitless. Something thereof, something, you know, it'll be what it is. That's just, you know, somebody can work on this promo because it ain't gonna be me. But I like everything about him, what I've seen in this match. I just think too many Isaiah Cassidy had too many comebacks, too much offense, and Lee didn't really get a chance to truly showcase how charismatic he is. He teased it in comparison, but Lee is awesome. And I'm not going to have this get up. It's already 18 minutes. I'm not going to have to go 20. But it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I thought I would do 2 in 1. And, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. These are my thoughts on Keith Lee's debut and how I would use him. So this has been Cedric Kennedy for CR Wrestling Commentary. Thank you for listening. Take care.